Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Mysterious JG. You wake sucking dogs, I hate you. I hate your daddy. I hate your whole stinking family, Reapers. Leviathan, whatever. No, yeah, alright, so we're back and we're playing Leviathan DLC, and I guess we're gonna look for clues as to the other Bryson's location. I was gonna say the other Dr. Bryson. Yeah, at least now I'm like, yeah, I had this notion Dr. Bryson was female. At least now it kinda makes sense because yeah, I remembered her as being. I remember the character that we're going to be meeting eventually. Spoiler alert, we meet her eventually. And the deal with the thing. And then when I came back and played this game again, several months after playing it through originally, when not recording it for YouTube, I didn't really remember all the details, but I did remember we met some lady science person, some science lady woman of the opposite sex.
Reapers. Let's hope we find Anne before they do.
I preferred your comment on it from last time. This time the bathroom's gonna be full of clues. I just know it. Damn it. Oh.
Can you identify this, Edie?
It looks like a vagina. Am I like a creepy weirdo, or is that like a running thing that ink blots always kind of look like vaginas to guys? But I'm sorry, maybe I'm just a creepy weirdo.
Does anything in Anne Bryson's work history suggest where she might be?
Nothing relevant.
Wait, you mean there was a red circle thing here that led to nothing?
Any idea if Project Scarab involved Element Zero?
We may learn more when project requisitions marker.
Will you mark that on my mini-map so I can look at it? Oh, never mind. But, Task Force Aurora, current travel requisitions. Project Basilisk, Team Leader Alex Garneau, Transport MSV Kirkwall. Project Scarab, Team Leader Anne Bryson, Transport MSV Icarus.
Anne Bryson flew out on a ship called the Icarus. Can you track its
Is
movements?
that really going to be it?
No. The Reapers have disrupted civilian comm buoys. But we might learn more if we find the ship's specifications.
Specifications? I gave you the fucking name of the ship. Is this still stupid and pointless and not connected to anything?
Any correlation between Project Scarab and these
I guess
unexplained
it did
creature
turn out
sightings?
that they had something to
Not
do with
the
it.
Leviathan itself.
Yeah, there is the correlation with Leviathan, but we'd previously established that, Shepard. I don't know why you're looking at that. Hey, I'm just looking at everything that's circled red, okay? This isn't on me.
There are specifications for several ships here. We need to find the Icarus.
Really? You're gonna make me click through until there's a picture labeled Icarus? You're like Super Robo Lady, you're not gonna interface with the computer and actually find it? It's not her fault.
Which ship am I looking for again?
The Icarus.
What? What? Okay, I clicked that because it was something I hadn't clicked before. I didn't think it would make Shepard and me morons who couldn't remember 4 seconds after the last time she told us to find the Icarus that we were looking for the Icarus. There it is. Boy, that was a tough puzzle. See what happens if we just keep... Okay. There's 3 ships.
The Icarus. Here we go.
The ship has enhanced electrostatic discharge cells. They facilitate long-range FTL travel.
It magically allows us
So
to
they
track
jumped
it
to the
and win the
pilots would
game.
be led by mass relay, then flew to another system.
Yes. Otherwise, they would have chartered a less expensive ship.
Okay, we can rule out the relay system.
Does this mean we can find her now, or what? Loch Ness Monster, I'm telling you. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, Edie. I think it's totally the Loch Ness Monster. Okay. Oh, here's the locker that we were supposed to look at.
We must locate an access card to open it.
Fuck's sake. You know what? No, I'm not playing with that till I've exhausted every other red thing we can touch. And it turns out that it's sitting right here in this drawer, doesn't it? The game, it's not laid out for puzzle. There's no puzzle game mechanics. You can't support suddenly pretending it's a puzzle game. BioWare, again, I'm sorry. You guys do a good job. I like your games. Don't take it personal.
Access card for the requisitions locker?
No. Why the fuck would you think that?
It was last used by Anne Bryson to obtain equipment for Project Scarab.
So does this mean I can open the damn locker now? Yes. Why don't you open the locker? Shut up.
Let's see what Anne Bryson requisitioned for Project Scarab.
Hey, she requisitioned a big old Reaper costume. The hell is that really? Reaper. It's a Reaper costume. It's a little toy Reaper.
Didn't need an environmental suit.
Oh. These are just stuff she didn't bring with. Oh, at least there's loots in here. This looks interesting. So I can just look at stuff here and establish that because it's still here, she must not have taken it.
Didn't take breathing masks.
So she could have gone someplace where she was expecting everybody to fart a lot.
Wind protection gear.
Based on what Anne Bryson did or did not requisition, the dig site was arid but habitable.
I didn't get to look at the other missing equipment.
Compatible planets.
So what's going on with these pictures? Some lady? Some stuff? Some lady again? Oh, look, it's the same couple of pictures repeated. What do you know? And yet, those pictures are not repeated over here. It's kind of weird. The small set of pictures, they don't have any common pictures between those two sets of pictures. Hey, new red stuff popped up.
What about criminal activity in the Pylos Nebula?
Shut up, Shepard.
Because the area is part of the Attican Traverse, criminal reports are unreliable at best.
You know how those people are. They should have their own schools. Don't mix them in with our type. Those people are no good. He's racist against whoever the hell lives in the Attican Traverse. I don't remember. I know it's an established part of the continuity. I just don't remember. I guess that's where Batarians are. They smell funny. Their food smells terrible. They speak that heathen lingo. See, I think we've exhausted all the stuff we're supposed to do, but, you know, the thing is that you go into a room and there's nothing to interact with, and then... See, I think we're allowed to return to the ship now if we want to. You know what? It'll give us a list of places to go, so... Yeah, I can back out. I'm just curious if we could leave now. I want to say that thing eventually becomes important, but I might be completely wrong. See, you look like something we could interact with, or maybe I already interacted with you and forgot.
We found Prothean data earlier. Are there any ruins in the Pylos Nebula?
Get a grip, Shepard. Shepard, seriously, wake up! So we've really only got 2 things, but I believe this is enough. Certainly 8 is enough, but I think these 2 are enough.
Based on the search data, it is one of these 2 systems.
And now this will narrow it down to another 2 systems, and only one of them will be common to both, I believe.
Based on the data, only one system remains a viable possibility.
Yeah, but you know what?
Let's go get Anne Bryson.
She looks cute. I want her to be my new love interest. Sorry, Tali, Ashley, Liara, and the rest. Sorry, Bryson Experiment. I love you too. It's tempting to go to the Purgatory Bar and check in on Arya, but let's keep going. Yeah, we're still loading, folks. We got a little bit more loading to do. Can't remember. We might be done with the third-person cover combat for this DLC. The rest of it might be chit-chat, plot stuff, quasi puzzle solving. There's a part of me wants to check and see if talking to Edie during these little intermissions actually does anything, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Oh, I was going to say we can't scan the system because it's not run by the Reapers, but I guess it is. They're just not sitting on top of the icon. You know, it's silly, but scanning these planets with the rings, it's just enough of a different visual to make it interesting to me somehow. Jovian dissertation. By Jove.
Evasion successful.
You detected something, but it was too late. You left the system. It's not going to count.
Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful.
Okay, so it's just fuel. Might as well actually expend some fuel before we pick it up, since we got to come back to that system anyway. But I guess I'm glad I scanned over there, because, yeah, it turns out this is a fully explorable system. Place is fully armed with lasers. Oh, and this one is, for whatever reason, not run by the Reapers. And I get to have super fun scanning a planet with a ring. To be like, ooh, spacey. Radiation shielding sheath, eh? I guess you just have to scan a lot before the Reaper's like, seriously, knock it off over there. There we are. So this is just fuel, but it'll allow us to feel like we're completionists.
I found something.
Pretty cool. Alright. Search successful scans have located a close grouping of environmentally shielded habitats and an active power source. Closer examination is required to confirm dig site presence. We do not appear to have the option to back out. If we want to keep looking for treasures here, I think we pretty much have to get going on this next piece of mission.
Anne Bryson's dig site.
Or no, I'm wrong. We do get to back out. So let's back out. Let's find the other thing that's floating around in the system. It's probably just fuel, yep. But that's fine. So if we're at like 83%, yeah, that means the fuel we left in Nerif, or Nerif, or Nerif, or Nerif, is the last bit of loot in the system. So we've pretty much cleared the system. So let's go ahead and it's not quite over. I remember what the last planet we visit is like, and it wasn't like a desert planet. So I have a feeling I forgot the desert portion, which suggests it's not all that interesting. But after an economic downturn, many Sari left. The vulture population kept growing. to the point where they bred faster than could be educated. Soon they turned violent and uncontrollable, and the colonies essentially self-destructed. Damn. Yeah, you know, it's weird. They work so hard. Like, over the course of the series, there's this strong message of, you know, people of different races. Because you've got alien races that are separate races, but they're essentially standing in for different nationalities and ethnicities in human culture, right? So there's a strong, like, anti-racism, we should all work together message permeating the series. Except for the damn Vorcha. It's like somebody came along and was like, no, we gotta have at least one alien race that's just a bunch of no good, you know, so-and-so. I almost dropped some real-life racist terms, but you know what I'm getting at. They're like, they had to have one society that was just, like, irredeemable and no good, and the frickin' Vorcha. Here's, like, a narrative they just throw in of... So we have a planet that was colonized by the wonderful, beautiful Asari that we're all supposed to love, and socialized Vorcha laborers. But after the Asari left, the Vorcha took over, and the whole place went to shit. I mean, that really is the story they're telling. Settlers frequently run into these pacts, discouraging recolonization. No one has ever stepped forth in the past few years with the will, the funding, or the firepower to establish a permanent colony. Because it's been overrun by them dirty Vorcha. I keep wanting to use a term. It's sand, and then there's another term added to the end of sand. That's the word that keeps coming to mind. It's like, we had this nice land, and a bunch of good, honest blue folk went in to do something with it, but them dang sand, you know what's came... It's like, it's so out of step with the rest of the series. I don't get why they decided to throw in the Vorcha as the race you're allowed to hate. I really don't get it. Anyway, I get off my damn soapbox and get back to the LP here. James, it was nice having you, but I did mention previously we are rapidly running out of opportunities for Javik to get a chance to do anything. Garrus and Ashley will probably be my preferred party for the endgame. Don't know who I want to use for the next plot mission. But the thing is, Liara, I mean, between Ash, Liara, Tali, and Garrus, they've had plenty of chances to shine previously in the series. It's Edie, Javik, and James who are basically new characters for this. Edie was obviously around in Mass Effect 2, but not as a squad mate. So you know what, Javik? This might be your last hurrah, but let's use you. Thanks for your service, James. It's not impossible that I'll use you again. Javik, though, it seems pretty unlikely, unless there's more left in the main story than I remember, that we'll ever be using Javik again. This might be it for him. Man, we got a lot of assault rifles to choose from. You appear to have the assault rifle of choice. It looks like I used you recently enough that you've got the current gear. Either that, or I just gave everybody the most current gear the last time I picked up a new assault rifle. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to just confirm. So we'll have to distribute Javik's points, because I figured we hadn't done that yet. Detonate. Increase damage and force of biotic detonation by 50%, or force. Increase force by 50%. Oh, slam. What does slam do? Biotic body slam. There's something going on here with detonations that it doesn't really describe anywhere else. I think it's like, if there's biotic, because the way biotics work, they're like these weird projectiles. And if there's a projectile in the vicinity and someone gets slammed, I guess it kind of has a combo effect. I don't really get biotics that much because I don't use them manually, and I don't like to go around giving a lot of directive commands to my guys. Just an increase in the force, I think that impact. Yeah, force has been around since the first game. They took how many newtons of force something does. I have to assume that translates into how much direct damage it deals, but they never really come out and say that. Let's go with force. I can understand that better. I'm dumb. I need simple power-ups so I can understand and know whether or not they're working. Stun, incapacitated to slam target 5 seconds. That sounds good. Recharge speed. I don't care. 6.4 seconds versus 4.57. If it was my bonus skill and I wanted to just pump it out constantly, that would be a big deal. But as it is, stun seems like a no-brainer. And lift grenade, that's whatever. We'll just level it up, who cares? Oh, and so I thought Edie for some reason had the little arrow. It's N7, it's Shepard, but he doesn't really have the capacity to power up. It's just that there's 3 unspent points, so much like I'll never be able to look at my quests screen and not be reminded that I didn't do all of the Eden Prime stuff and I didn't find Arya's couch, the game will always insist that I should be spending more points on Shepard, when in fact I can't. So Cortez, would you like to walk around in this next bit of plot? If combat comes up, we'll cover you as you retreat back to the shuttle.
I understand we have reports of an attack on a group of scientists.
Hey, I was talking to Cortez. Seriously, Cortez, there's no reason you couldn't hang around while we talk to a bunch of people who tell us you don't belong here. Scientists? You want knowledge, you talk to the scientist.
Right. Edie, can you tell us anything else?
This is the main site of a series of excavations established under Dr. Garrett Bryson. Staff records confirm the project lead is his daughter, Anne. She has recently uncovered another artifact possibly...
You know, she has to have been able to design a more convincing replica of a human body if she wanted to. Why did she try to get, quote, realistic-looking hair? I mean, she's got a solid piece of metal that's shaped like hair. You can't tell me that she couldn't have gotten more realistic... Whatever. I'm not used to us having Edie in the party. I'm now obsessing with the physical appearance of the sexy robot. In my defense, the physical appearance of the sexy robot is meant to be something that draws attention. I mean, it's like... No, really, I mean, she could have looked more like a normal person. Why is she trying to get this platform that looks more like a normal... It's like she wanted to look like a normal person so people would react to her more naturally. But she did such a horrible job. Maybe the idea is she's trying to straddle this line between looking like a normal person and looking so much like a normal person that people think she's trying to deceive them. I don't know. Javik, let's go back to you. Let's think about what a fun character you are. We're playing catch-up.
Yes. The attack means the Reapers are one step ahead of us. We need to pick up the pace.
Pecani sauce?
Since Bryson's daughter is our only lead, our objective is clear.
Is it? I keep
Cortez?
talking over the dialogue. I don't know.
Nothing so far, Commander. If she's down there, she hasn't responded to our hails. Getting some strange signals, though. Give me a minute.
The artifact she uncovered may have caused additional complications.
Agreed. Take us in closer.
Complications? Is she
Copy
pregnant?
that.
Actually, the fact that Cortez doesn't come with you on these little soirees is handy. Because they can always have Cortez around for certain
Take us in.
dialogue. He'll always be the
Commander,
shuttle.
on the landing platform.
So I guess there is more combat to come. Thought we might have been done.
That's her.
We're under attack.
Tracking multiple bogies.
Get us over there.
Negative, it's too hot. Heading to lower platform. Hang on.
Hey, you do what I tell you, buddy. And if it gets us all killed, it's on me. Okay, so those were plot flyers. Generally, the game doesn't make you kill them. Sometimes it makes it possible for you to kill them. Oh, are we going to get game over if we stay here? Okay, so I think those are decorative. I don't think we're meant to shoot them down. The ground-based enemies we can kill are probably going to be finite. Despite what appears to be the presence of like an uncountable number of the Reaper troop transports. Yeah, they're just decorative. We can't attack them. Sometimes they appear as actual enemies that you're allowed to kill, but most of the time they fly away if you just don't die. So it's not that often that they give you a reason to mess with them. They ain't the Reapers to mess with. I'm gonna say no, stay where you are, but give me a second for JG
No,
to finish
stay
looking
where you
at the
are.
file.
This is Commander Shepard of the Alliance Navy. It's too dangerous. We'll come to you.
Yes, okay. You should take the elevator up on the far side.
way.
We're on our way. Okay, so that was plot. Just checking. Did I have multiple paths to get here? Has it been all plot up to this point? Yes, it's all plot up to this point. This is the kind of place where they might give us loots that we can only get this one time, and we will be cut off from getting. Oh, and we can't save. Okay, well that's just decorative. You can't actually get there. Can't save now because we're actually in combat. I'm impressed that you were able to climb up that thing after you got set on fire. Some willpower. I have to believe that if I was in the middle of free climbing the side of a building and I was suddenly set on fire, I think my grip would fail. Oh man, my voice is starting to go. I got a day or two to rest up, but next time I go into work I have to do a long presentation. So I spent a lot of today, I was teleworking, but I spent a lot of earlier today going through the presentations kind of out loud. Like, you know, kind of pretending that I was presenting it, because that's something I do to make sure I'm, you know, comfortable with the material. And it, maybe I can't really do multiple hours of LPing tonight. Wouldn't that be a shame? The heck is that red stuff? Oh well. Well, I'm allowed to save. Do I want to save right here? I'm worried about missing loots. Okay, it doesn't seem to have mattered which way I went here. Maybe there really is no combat here, and it's just, you know, false tension. You walk around and places seem unsafe. Once you pass, like, no matter how long you stand here, everything's fine. But as soon as you go through, there's a cinematic where it collapses violently. Shepard is even like, through here, come on, stop waiting, player character. I mean, human gamer guy, as opposed to Turian gamer. Basilisk. It is described as overpowered, but undernourished.
Commander, they're swarming everywhere up here.
Yeah, there's got to be combat eventually.
I'll try.
Get there. Stay put.
She just keeps talking about how they're swarming and there's tons of them. You know, they wouldn't really throw all that at us and then not have us actually fight them, would they? Rubber. As long as I paused real quick, I'm going to check and see if it's time to call the video. And it kind of is. So I'm going to get another drink here and see if my throat starts feeling any better. And if not, maybe I'm not going to finish this DLC tonight after all. Maybe, yeah, I don't know, maybe it's in my head. Maybe it's just a feeling, but I think I'm hearing my voice start to go. And I definitely need to have my voice come Monday. I'm the Mysterious JG. I want to thank you guys for watching. As I, you know, do stuff on the internet. When we come back, we will find Dr. Bryson, who may or may not be a doctor. I think she's supposed to be a doctor. And we'll rescue her from Reapers, and I think then we actually wrap this thing up not too long after that. I remember the end game portion of this DLC, and we haven't really kind of hit on anything that would drive us there yet. So maybe this DLC was longer than I remember, but that's kind of a good sign. It means that the time actually passed a lot faster than it did during that Omega DLC. So come back next time, as hopefully I will remember to complain bitterly about the Omega DLC over and over and over again until you're almost as sick of it, of hearing me complain about it, as you were of watching me hang around dark tunnels shooting Cerberus guys. Bye-bye.